Republican deniers are also ignoring the facts of what we all saw and what we all heard on January 6th. And that's when bloodthirsty Trump-supporting rioters stormed the halls of Congress, beating police to within an inch of their lives, forcing lawmakers to run for it. Or maybe it's not that they're, ignoring them. Maybe they're scared of them. With the Select Committee threatening subpoenas, does this guy seem nervous to you? Jim Jordan?
Did you speak with President Trump on January 6th?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with the president last week. I speak with the president all the time. I spoke with him on January 6th. I mean, I talk with President Trump all the time, and that's I don't think that's unusual. I would expect members of Congress to talk with the president of the United States when they're trying to get done the things they told the voters in their district to do. I'm actually kind of amazed sometimes that people keep asking this. But of course, I talk to the president all the time. I talked to him, like I said, I talked with him last week.
On January 6th, did you speak with him before, during, or after the Capitol was attacked?
I'd have to go. I spoke with him that day after. I think after. I don't know if I spoke with him in the morning or not. I just don't know. I'd have to go back and. I mean, I don't know that when those conversations happen. But what I know is I spoke with him all the time.
Come on. Homina, homina, homina. So you spoke with him on January 6th. You think maybe after, but you'd have to go back. But you don't know when those conversations happen. But all you know is that you speak with him all the time. Please. You really expect us to believe you don't remember when you spoke to the President of the United States on the day that the Capitol was attacked by rioters hunting lawmakers? In the hall, you were there, in the halls of Congress and chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," but you don't remember when you spoke to the president. You don't remember. Really. And then there's Kevin McCarthy, who is so determined to downplay what happened on January 6th that he calls it an altercation.
We've watched the Sergeant of Arms have to pass a note to the Speaker during the altercations on January 6th of whether to call the National Guard.
Pathetic. I'm just going to say it. Pathetic. Do you believe that? You can't. It's not even the body language. It's so fake. It's so fake. Acting. An altercation is defined as a noisy, heated dispute, which doesn't begin to describe the violence, the bloodshed, when rioters ran wild in the seat of our democracy, trying to overturn Joe Biden's election victory. Does that look like an altercation to you? That's an altercation? Okay. And just listen to this mishmash as Kevin McCarthy tries really hard not to say what actually happened on that phone call with the then president that day.
When I called the president, I was telling him about what was happening in the Capitol because none of you would know unless you were in the Capitol. Lo and behold, the information we have today, I didn't know at that moment of time that Pelosi had been passed a note, can you call the National Guard? I didn't know at that time, at December 14th, they knew. I didn't know at that time the Sergeant of Arms said he couldn't have it because of optics, because they never spoke to us. It's purely a political position.
Funny, that's not what Congresswoman Jamie Herrera Butler says happened. She says while the Capitol was under attack, Kevin McCarthy called the then president, begging for him to call off the mob. Trump's stone cold response, well, Kevin, I guess these people are more upset about the election than you are. And then there's Mo Brooks. You remember him whipping up the crowd before the rioters stormed the Capitol?
Today is the day American patriots start taking down names and kicking ass.
Did you see the hat? Fire Pelosi. Now we're learning that he was wearing body armor when he said that, which seems odd if you're not expecting trouble. And he's still trying to blame Black Lives Matter and Antifa for what we know was an attack by Trump supporters. Remember, all the evidence, the investigation, no Antifa, no Black Lives Matter, Trump supporters. the more than 500 people who've been arrested. No Black Lives Matter, no Antifa. Trump supporters, Trumplicans. Brooks telling CNN the reason was, I often wear body armor because of all the death threats and threats of violence that I and other congressmen get. We were warned by the House Sergeant at Arms that threats of violence against me had spiked in December 2020 and January 2021, but the only threats I was aware of on that day were BLM and Antifa. Okay, if you believe that, but talk about faulty intelligence, because that's not what happened. When you look at these three, you can see the direction the investigation will have to go and what it's going to take to get to the truth. No matter how hard they try, they may try to hide it. So that brings us back full circle to the truth. The facts we need to save our democracy and our lives. This is a break glass moment. What are we going to do about it?